This is my new look. Tell me how you guys like it. You know, if you like it, if you don't like it, comment. I don't get offended if you don't like it. But you know what? I really like polos. I just love polos. They're real comfortable. But then I also like ties. So it gives me that kind of like, formal but, informal, comfortable look. So let me know if you like it. I'm going to try the different combinations for maybe the next couple of months. And this is kind of like my new look. Tell me what you think. Every week we make a video and publish it to make our lives easier with technology. Anyways, today we're gonna talk about memories. So we got little memories like this. Little memories, kind of like almost the size of my tooth. Yeah, little memories, which is a micro SD card. And so where do these go? Well, some of them go in your cameras. You have a nice camera. You can get these in different sizes. This is a 64, but you can go real high up to a terabyte or even more nowadays. And you stick this in your camera. You can take videos. You can take nice pictures, right? And then everybody knows about this. Your standard USB-A goes into your computer. You save documents and you go to Office Depot or Office Max. And then just print whatever you have there, or just save it as your pictures, right? And then we have other ones which are a little bit heavier, heavy duty. You have like a G-Shock here, basically G drive. And then these are used for portable as well, but these are mainly used for like photographers, or they can also be used to back up your computer. Once again, back up your computer. We love technology, but as much as we love technology, technology breaks down sometimes. So today, we're going to show you the best memory to get for your bang and your buck to make your life easier. So, going back to memory, what does memory do? Well, memory stores, if you have a phone, memory stores videos and pictures and documents and voice recordings. Why is that important to know? Well, because for example, some Android phones, as we said, you can actually put in some memory into them. So if your device only came with like 64 gigabytes, well, you're like, man, well, I don't take that many pictures or videos. But the thing is that the operating system, that means the language on when you press the buttons and everything that's in your phone, the operating system of your phone eats up part of your memory. So if you have a 64 Samsung gigabyte phone, but the operating system takes up 10 gigabytes, then in reality you only have 54 gigabytes. And then you're like, well, I'll take a little bit more pictures. This is a great phone. And then what happens is you get an update. And then that update is maybe another gig. So now you went going from 54 to 53. So if your phone has the ability to get an SD, and you can get these at your local electronics store for between maybe $15 and up to $100, is put it in your phone. Yeah, put it in your phone, because why? That way you're not worried about your memory. You're not gonna get one of those, saying, ooh, low memory. You can store more pictures. You can store more videos. And so make sure the settings on the phone are that the videos and the pictures actually store on your SD card. Why is that pretty cool? Well, you can take it out. You can go to Walgreens, stick it in, and print your pictures, right? Or you can take longer videos. So it's very important that if your phone takes one of these SD micro cards or micro SD cards, use it on your phone. That way your device, because these devices are not getting cheaper, they seem to be getting more expensive. So what you want to do is have your device last longer. So if you store most of your videos and your recordings and documents on an SD card, well, that leaves up more memory for your phone. So when there's an update, you can still update and the phone still stays relative and secure. So every time there's an update, I do recommend you to get it. Maybe not right away, because they kind of fix out some bugs. But if you do get an update, wait a couple of weeks and then go ahead and update your phone. And once again, hopefully you have an SD card in there, and then you have enough memory on your phone itself. So let's go to Apple phones now. So or iPhones is the correct name for it. When you have an iPhone, I remember I bought my wife. We weren't exactly dating yet, but I had a thing for her, and I got her a iPhone. One of the first, actually the first iPhone that came out. So she loves her Apple phone, her all Apple devices. She has a watch, she has a Mac, she has AirPods. So now that's what I do too. I got this watch for my anniversary. So the thing with iPhones is you can't put more memory in them. They come as is. So Apples are great phones. They're secure phones. I really love it. I use it as well. But I also love my Android. So it's kind of like orange and apples. You can't really say this is better and this is better, because they're both different in that way, and they do things differently. I like them both. But going back to the memory on iPhones usually do them like in 3 tiers. So they do like an intro iPhone, a mid iPhone, and then a high iPhone. So before, back in the day, it was like 64, 128, and 256 as far as gigabytes on the phone. Nowadays, I think it's 128 gigabytes, then 256, then 512, and then the following iPhones are gonna hold like a terabyte and a lot more. But my suggestion to you is, when you do get an iPhone, if you have a little bit of extra money, or just checking your couch, look for those extra cents somewhere in between the seats, and usually it's about $100 more for the next tier up. So if you're gonna get an iPhone and it's 128, spend that extra 100, 120, whatever it is, to get the 256. Why? Because of the same reason. iPhones are not exactly cheap. You pay for a premium product. Yes, it does its job, but they're not cheap. So what you want to do is you want to maximize the time you can have with your iPhone. What do you want to do, and how can you do that? Talking about memory. Well, if you spend that extra 100 or 120 bucks, whatever it is, Apple decides every year, you'll have more memory for your operating system. Now, Apple does a great job in compressing video and pictures. So don't get me wrong, you'll be able to store many videos and pictures. But nowadays, we're all taking pictures, we're all posting. We like to post from our food to where we went, our mini vacations. With this like COVID thing, we really want to, show people where we're at. We're doing, more streaming. And so what you want to do, if you can, is go up to that second tier or even third tier of memory, because every time there's an update, you're eating up that memory. But remember, you can't insert more memory to the iPhone. It comes as is. Your iPhone is the memory that it has, and that's it. So what you want to do is you spend a little more. You're like, well, but it's $100. But just stop and think about it. If you have more memory for your operating system, and you get able to get more updates, your phone stays more relative. So if you spend those $100, you're technically, maybe another 2 years with your phone, depending on how many pictures and stuff you take. You can stay with your device, another 2 years, which gives you money to save more for the next one that's coming. So that's how you want to buy your new phone when you get a new iPhone. Is look at the memory. If you can afford a little bit more memory, go ahead and do it. It's gonna last you longer. Okay, now what about these guys? Well, a lot of these guys, photographers use it, videographers use it. They're portable memories. So they're kind of like this, but like a lot bigger. And now, like for example, I have this G Drive. This G Drive is like waterproof. It's crush proof. So these are really great. You can use these for a variety of things. So for example, you can use these to back up your computer. And what you want to do is you want to back up your computer. It's true, it's great. You can use cloud. We'll talk about cloud in a different video. But These are great to have. You just have it in your cupboard or by your desk. Back up your camera. You know, you set a reminder, maybe every 15th, every 20th of the month. You hook it up to your computer and you create a backup. And that's great to have because something is better than nothing. Your computer, you know, takes a dump on you. Your computer gets wet. Your computer gets stolen. You have at least a backup. And these are great to have. I highly recommend them. You know, go to your electronics store and maybe Best Buy if they want to sponsor this video. That's great. But you go ahead and you buy these. You can talk to the guys there. Another thing is when you are going to buy a computer, you're talking about memory, you know, China and Asia, they produce so many parts. So they knew computers were going to stick around, so they made millions and billions and trillions of parts. So when you're going to buy a computer, you want to make sure that when you look at the specs on the hard drive, you have SSD, not HDD. Okay, what does that mean in simple terms? So the HDD used to be a disk that would spin and record, you know, your documents and anything that you wanted on your memory. Now that's not good. Why? Because it created heat, right? It was easier to break down. There was moving parts, so it was they didn't last too long. So when you buy a computer now, you want to make sure that on the hard drive, whether it be a 128, 256, 512, a terabyte, whatever, make sure it's an SSD. You're gonna pay a little bit more, but it's the best. You know, you don't have to worry about overheating. The computer is going to be a lot slimmer. And basically an SSD is basically one of these, just inside your computer. And so you don't have to worry about, you know, if it's in your backpack. We now think our laptop in our backpack and we move it around. We don't have to worry about that disk, you know, coming off the rotation or bending or banging, because SSDs are a lot more resistant. So that's what memory is. Now, where the world is going today is to memory on the cloud. So on our next video that we're going to cover, that's why I want you to like and subscribe. On our next video, we're going to cover clouds. What is the cloud? What does the cloud mean? How do you download something from the cloud? How do you use the cloud? And maybe how I can save a little bit of money on my electronics if I know how to use the cloud properly. So, thank you very much. I hope everybody stays well, and we will see you on the next video. Pass this on over to your grandpa, to your grandma, to your aunt, to your uncle, to your mom. Anybody that wants a simplified explanation about this technological world we live in. Thank you very much.